5 mysterious creatures caught on camera that science can't explain. From shadowy figures in forests to bizarre beings in urban areas, these creatures defy logic and science. Are they real or just elaborate hoaxes? And let's dive into the 5 most mysterious creatures ever caught on camera. Guys, I've been obsessed with cryptids and unexplained creatures for ever. It's just something so creepy and mysterious about them, like the thought that there could be these things out there hiding in the shadows that we know nothing about. It just sends chills down my spine. And the best part is, with all the technology we have today, people are catching these creatures on camera more than ever before. So buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into some of the most compelling and unsettling footage ever captured. You guys are gonna freak out. Okay, so picture this. It's 2007 and you're living in Fresno, California. You're just chilling at home when suddenly you see something super bizarre on your security camera. You rewind the tape and that's when you see it. A pair of long, spindly legs just walking. No torso, no arms, just legs. That's what happened to the homeowner in Fresno, and let me tell you, the footage is creepy as hell. The creatures known as the Fresno Nightcrawlers were caught on camera not once but twice in this small California town. The footage went viral and soon everyone was talking about these bizarre, leggy beings. People were coming up with all sorts of theories. Some thought they were aliens, others thought they were some kind of government experiment gone wrong. And of course, there were the skeptics who thought it was all just a big hoax. The first video, shot on a grainy security camera, shows a pair of these night crawlers slowly making their way across the homeowner's lawn. They move in this really unnatural way, like they're wading through water or something. And as if that wasn't creepy enough, a few years later, another video surfaced. This time the footage was captured in Yosemite National Park, and it showed a single nightcrawler casually strolling across a road. What's so freaky about this footage is that it looks like the creature is wearing some sort of pants or leggings, but even if the Fresno Nightcrawlers are just a hoax, they've definitely captured our imagination. Okay, this next one is seriously messed up. It's about a creature called the Rake, and let me tell you, this thing is the stuff of nightmares. The Rake is this humanoid creature that's been spotted all over the world, and it's said to be incredibly creepy and disturbing to look at. It's often described as being hairless, with pale grey skin and these long, sharp claws. Some people say it has glowing red eyes, and others say it has no eyes at all, just empty sockets. Can you imagine seeing that thing staring at you in the dark? I would literally die. The Rake first popped up on the internet back in the early 2000s, and it quickly became one of those viral horror stories that everyone was talking about. People were sharing their own alleged encounters with the Rake on forums and message boards, and soon the story took on a life of its own. One of the creepiest things about the Rake is that it's said to stalk people. There are all these stories online about people who have seen the Rake watching them from the woods, or even from outside their bedroom windows. Like, imagine waking up in the middle of the night and seeing that thing staring at you through the glass. One of the most famous pieces of alleged Rake footage comes from a security camera in someone's backyard. In the video, you can see this shadowy figure moving around in the bushes. It's hard to make out any details, but it definitely looks like something is out there. Another video, which was supposedly taken by a group of friends camping in the woods, shows something that looks a lot like the Rake running through the trees. Now, obviously, there's no way to know for sure if any of this footage is real, but even if the Rake isn't real, the stories and the footage are still super creepy. Chapter 3. Bigfoot myth, monster, or misidentification. Okay, we can't talk about mysterious creatures without talking about the OG himself, Bigfoot. This hairy hominid has been a part of folklore and legend for centuries, with reported sightings dating back to indigenous cultures long before anyone ever thought to pull out a camera phone. But with the advent of technology, blurry photos and shaky videos claiming to capture Bigfoot in all his glory have flooded the internet. So is Bigfoot real? Let's dive into the evidence, or lack thereof. The most famous piece of Bigfoot evidence has got to be the Patterson-Gimlin film, shot back in 1967. This footage, captured in the Bluff Creek area of California, shows a large, hairy figure, allegedly Bigfoot, strolling through the woods. It caused a sensation, with believers pointing to the creature's human-like gait and skeptics claiming it was just a guy in a suit. Now, even though the Patterson-Gimlin film has been analyzed and debated for decades, it remains inconclusive. Some experts claim the creature's movements are too fluid and natural to be a human in a costume, while others maintain that the technology and effects available at the time could have easily created such an illusion. But the Patterson-Gimlin film is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Bigfoot sightings. Over the years, there have been countless reports of large, hairy creatures spotted in forests across the Pacific Northwest and beyond. Some witnesses describe hearing blood-curdling screams or finding massive footprints that couldn't have been made by any known animal. There are even audio recordings like the famous Sierra sounds that supposedly captured the vocalizations of Bigfoot. Now, I know what you're thinking. If there's so much evidence, why haven't we found concrete proof of Bigfoot's existence? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Whatever the truth may be, there's no denying that the legend of Bigfoot continues to fascinate and intrigue us. Chapter 4, the Dover Demon Alien Encounter or Mass Hallucination. This next one takes us back to 1977, to a small town called Dover, Massachusetts. Imagine it's a dark and stormy night and you're driving down a deserted road when suddenly you see something strange in your headlights. It's small, about 3 feet tall, with glowing orange eyes and long, spindly fingers. You slam on the brakes, but by the time you look again, it's gone. That's what happened to several teenagers in Dover, and their stories sparked one of the strangest cryptid mysteries of all time, the Dover Demon. The first sighting happened on April 21st, 1977, when 17-year-old Bill Bartlett claimed to have seen this bizarre creature while driving home with friends. He described it as having a large, watermelon-shaped head, no hair, and those creepy, glowing eyes. Then, just a few hours later, 15-year-old John Baxter had his own encounter with the creature while walking home from his girlfriend's house. He described it similarly to Bartlett, noting its strange, lanky limbs and lack of any discernible facial features. And if that wasn't weird enough, the very next night, 15-year-old Abby Bradden claimed to have seen the creature while riding in the car with her boyfriend. She described it as having a rough, textured skin, almost like an orange peel. Now here's where it gets really interesting. All three teenagers, who had never met before their encounters, independently drew sketches of the creature they saw. And guess what? The sketches were almost identical. I'm talking about the same large head, the same glowing eyes, the same creepy, spindly fingers. The Dover Demon sightings caused a media frenzy, with reporters and paranormal investigators flocking to the small town. But despite the numerous sightings and the eerily similar descriptions, no one has ever been able to definitively explain what the Dover Demon was. Chapter 5. The Humanoid in Mexico, Witchcraft, Extraterrestrial, or Optical Illusion. This last one is a real head-scratcher, guys. We're talking about a mysterious humanoid figure caught on camera flying, yes, flying over the skies of Mexico. The footage is grainy, shaky, and totally bizarre, but it sparked a whole lot of speculation and debate about what this thing could be. The video, which surfaced online in 2018, shows what appears to be a human-shaped figure with long, dark limbs floating effortlessly above a residential area. It doesn't seem to have any wings or any visible means of propulsion, which just adds to the mystery. Some people believe the figure is a witch, citing local legends and folklore about witches who can fly through the air. Others think it could be an extraterrestrial visitor, pointing to the strange, otherworldly movements of the figure. And of course, there are the skeptics who believe the whole thing is a hoax, claiming the footage is nothing more than CGI or a well-executed prank. But even the skeptics have a hard time explaining away some of the details in the video. For example, the figure seems to move with a sense of purpose, as if it's navigating the airspace with ease. It doesn't bob around randomly like a balloon or a drone. It actually seems to be in control of its movements. Plus, the way the figure interacts with its surroundings is pretty strange. At one point in the video, it appears to duck behind a cloud as if it's trying to avoid being seen. Whatever the truth may be, the humanoid in the Mexico video remains a mystery. So there you have it, guys. 5 of the most mysterious creatures ever caught on camera. From the creepy crawlers of Fresno to the elusive Bigfoot and the downright bizarre Dover Demon, these creatures continue to baffle and intrigue us. Which one do you think is real? Let us know in the comments below. But hold on, because this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to unexplained phenomena and creepy mysteries. We've got a whole lot more spooky stories, chilling encounters, and mind-blowing theories lined up for you. Think haunted objects, unsolved disappearances, and maybe even some alien encounters. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to LitsBits for more mysterious tales and fascinating stories. We're diving deep into the unknown, and we want you to come along for the ride.